Hello everyone. Today we are watching an action and crime movie called As Good as Dead. Let's get into it. We see a woman named Heather getting tortured. Her man named Bryant wakes up after dreaming about his wife, and we see him looking at the security cameras for his home. His wife has been missing for some time, and he really wants her back. Bryant starts his workout, and we see him training. He has an unusual style of fighting, and a boy named Oscar is looking at him and is doing the same moves. Bryant stops training, and Oscar makes his way over to school. He just gets there in time, and the class begins. In the meantime, Bryant is at work, doing something with construction. After school, a gang is waiting for Oscar, and he runs away. He is hiding behind a car, and Bryant sees this. Oscar is at his grandma's, and she gives him money for rent and his father's taxi reparation. At home, the gang gets in and threatens to kill him. We hear that Oscar's brother Hector, who is in jail, is captain of the gang, so that's why the gang doesn't kill him. In the morning, he is training, and Bryant goes into his house. He appears behind Oscar, and he will train him. Oscar learns quickly because he recognizes the moves from watching Bryant train. The gang still terrorizes him on a daily basis, but he looks more confident now. He keeps on training and is getting very skilled. Time goes by, and Oscar now works with Bryant. Oscar wants to compete in tournaments, but Bryant says that this is too powerful and is only for self-defense. One day they are training when the gang shows up at Bryant's house. His brother Hector is out of prison, and Oscar is happy. Hector notices Bryant and says that he looks like a cop, and he needs to stay away from Oscar. Oscar gets to a gym to train even more, but the girl at the front desk named Marisol says he needs parent or guardian permission to be in here. He leaves and is partying with the gang because of his brother's release. He wants to go away, but the gang doesn't let him and wants him to come with them to an underground fight club. They are drunk and are at the event. There is one excellent fighter, and Oscar volunteers to fight with him. He uses the style Bryant taught him and easily beats the big guy. Oscar is feeling himself and takes the money back that one of the gang members stole from him. At a golf course, a man named Ruben gets a phone call from someone who shows him a video of Oscar's fight. Then we see an ex-corrupt police captain named Kilbane who is in prison. A guard gets there and says that his lawyer is here. He is being escorted through the prison and sees Ruben. Ruben shows him the video of Oscar fighting, and they think that he was mentored by Bryant. The gang shows up at Bryant's house, and they want to pay Bryant, so he will become Oscar's full-time trainer. Bryant is mad that he even came up with the idea to compete and says no. Hector sees a car and wants to look, but Bryant says that he needs to back off. Hector shows the gun in his pants, and Bryant puts his hands up. Then he quickly takes his own gun and puts Hector at gunpoint. Hector puts his gun on the ground, and Bryant wants him to walk to his car and drive away. He tells Oscar to never come back, and Oscar leaves. They go to the gym to sign Oscar up for lessons, and Marisol is impressed by his fighting skills. Two twins come in and ask for Oscar's trainer, Bryant. Oscar says that he doesn't know who that is, and the guys say that they are fight promoters and want Oscar in a fight. The owner of the gym knows all the promoters and says that they are fake. The two brothers leave, and Marisol asks who they were. Hector says that they are hitmen, and Oscar wants to warn Bryant. The group gets to the home and took Marisol with them. They say what happened, and Bryant asks if they drove straight from the gym to here. He says that Oscar and Marisol need to get into the house, and also asks Hector to get in. After some hesitation, he will do it. The twins show up and kill Hector's men. Bryant didn't know Oscar had already fought and is disappointed. He then tells them to wait there, and Bryant gets to his bedroom. He shows up outside and kills one of the twins. The other one gets to the house with a gas can to set it on fire, and after some fighting with Bryant, the guy sets himself on fire and dies. After the fight, Bryant wants the group to get to a safe place because maybe they have called reinforcements, and shows them a tunnel under his bed that leads to somewhere outside. In the tunnel, Bryant tells them a story about his wife and says that he rescued her, but they couldn't stay together because other gang members would go after her. They say their goodbyes and go their separate ways. When he goes back, a SWAT team from the old corrupt Captain Kilbane is waiting for him outside his door. They are trying to breach the door, so he opens it and kills the breachers. He turns on the sprinkler system that dispenses acid, and some of the bad guys die. Then Bryant appears on the roof and kills more of them. The SWAT team throws a smoke grenade to get away, so Bryant pushes closer. He can kill all of them, but he lets them go away. In the morning, the gang gets to the house, but they see no sign of him or the dead bodies. In the prison, Kilbane is complaining that the SWAT team didn't kill Bryant, and he wants Ruben to try again. Hector is with Oscar and Marisol and says that Bryant will be gone forever. Then he goes to the wife of the two earlier killed gang members, and when he gets out, he gets stopped by the SWAT men that were spared by Bryant. They ask him what he knows about the location of Bryant, but he doesn't say anything. They take him with them so they can torture him somewhere quiet. Then one of the members gets shot, and it is Bryant. He kills some members with his gun, and the others chase him with machetes. Then he runs up a hill and stops at the top. He lets them come to him and kills them all. Bryant goes back to the tied-up Hector and frees him. Oscar and Marisol get to Bryant's house when some men attack Oscar. The leader uses the same fighting technique as Oscar and Bryant, but Oscar wins against him. The leader, named Eric, reveals that he is a friend and an old student of Bryant and is scared for Bryant's safety, so he will try to find and help him. Oscar and Marisol get into the car and they drive away. Bryant and Hector are also driving, and Hector discovers that Bryant was in a gang before this. Oscar gets suspicious of Eric and calls Hector and Bryant. Eric sees this, and Oscar quickly gives Bryant his coordinates before Eric takes the phone and puts a bag over his head. They stop the car, and Oscar pretends to be sick so he can seek out clues to find where he is. They are at the house of a gang leader named Valdez, and Ruben is there too. Valdez is mad that he lost men because of Bryant and asks why they are even still going after him. Eric wants Oscar to call Hector, but Oscar says that he doesn't know the number and can't get it because Eric threw his phone out of the window. A gang member of Valdez says that he knows how to get the number. Then we see Bryant, Hector, and his gang making plans for the upcoming battle. They get the phone number, and Oscar texts Hector the code of something he saw on the property earlier. Eric sees this, but Oscar says it is a secret code, so Hector knows it's him. Bryant looks at the numbers and knows exactly where Oscar is. Oscar gets taken to where Marisol is staying and comforts her. Then, Bryant's first team gets there and kills some gang members. Valdez and Ruben get to the place where Oscar and Marisol are too, and Ruben says that the two are dead weight, so they should kill them. Valdez disagrees and kills Ruben. The second team, including Bryant and Hector, gets there too. Hector misses some shots, but Bryant saves him. There is an enormous battle between the two gangs, and Hector's gang pushes closer. Eric is out of ammunition and gets some more. Oscar gets free and takes the one guard that is keeping them there out. Eric gets there to get more ammo, and Oscar fights with him. Eric is the better fighter this time, but Marisol shoots him. Bryant hears the noises Eric makes and reunites with the kids. Valdez gets outside and shoots at Bryant and the kids, but Hector kills him from behind. Sometime later, the police get there and bring Bryant's wife, Heather, with them. They reunite after a long time and are very happy. Then we see Kilbane in prison again, and he is being escorted to the meeting cell. The police take their masks off, and we see Bryant. He smirks and is about to get revenge on Kilbane for torturing his wife. Thank you for watching. The movie As Good as Dead. If you liked it, subscribe.